Hey, what's up guys? Griggzy here at your service, and this is another episode of my Redstone tutorial series. Of course, 2 on the screen. I don't know why there is a 2 on the screen. There we go. But in today's episode we shall be working on, well, it's yet to decide because I haven't really planned this episode at all. And this will kind of be one of the few, well, maybe even the last one ever. This might be the last episode ever, or it might be the second to last episode ever. But we do have a lot of clearing up to do because we've made this big thing here and it's a bit of a mess, I must admit. So we do have a little bit of clearing up, of course, so that has to be done. As it stands, this guy here is exactly the same as this one in terms of what the two machines have and how they work. But there is one difference, and it's a difference that you can quite clearly see. This one's more complete, first of all. So by that I mean, if you look at our GPU here, there's just more of this one than there is on this one. So that's one thing that we could do to kind of make this more of a full and complete machine. And the other one is clearly marked out by the cyan blue coloured wool. So the cyan is all of our control panel functions. Now if you just, it doesn't really take a genius. If you just look at how many there are here and look at how many there are here, you can clearly see that this one has more than this one. Now that's because this one has all sorts of relays. This is a big pulse extender here that does something, I don't really know. I think a lot of this stuff is irrelevant now. A lot of this stuff on this GPU here has been made irrelevant by the new system that we made below here. So all of this automated stuff, and also some of these little functions that we added in here with these pistons do the work of a lot of the bulk of this these wires around this side. But regardless, just by using the machine, you can see that there is a lot, or you could say a lot, some to a lot of differences between this one and this one just by using the machines themselves. So the first one that you would probably, well, you've obviously noticed by now, probably, is when I save something to a memory cell, it clears the cell and then saves it into there. Now you might not want that, so I could add a function to turn that on and off, and that's something that we can do on this one over here. So now everyone, you have to be prepared for what is about to come. And that is a lot of these wires being added in. I think before we go and do anything like that, we should probably hook everything up to the control panel that we need to. Now we only have to come down here to be able to test out everything. So we know all of these are hooked up, we know these 3 are hooked up. Left shift and right shift, now they are here and they are not hooked up, so we're going to need to run wires all the way down to there, and we can do that now. So I'm just going to do it like this, like that. Okay, so left shift is just hooking up straight into here, like that. Okay, so now we have them added in like that, and they go all the way down here, down to them. Now that we have them, we have to move on to the next part of our little episode here, which will probably be something to do with this. So we can clear the main cell, we can invert the main cell. Can we? I didn't press it. We can invert the main cell, but we can't reset all. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've put a full row of 1s into the main cell and into memory cell 1, 2 and 3. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make this button here erase all of these. So to do that, we're going to simply bring it out of here like that, and it's going to go to clear main cell first of all. So we can just bring this over here and hook it up with that one there. So now when we press this, it clears the main cell like that. And next we need to take the same wire and we need to run it over the top here. So we can either take it round the back or we can take it over the top here. And I'm probably going to just take it over the top. Okay, so I've just taken it up there like that. And we need to hook it up to both of these erase functions here. So these are down here. So now do you understand where the mass of wires comes from? So that's this one hooked up. I'll just put this through there like that. Now one thing we could do is go ahead and flip that lever there so we can make sure that it's doing everything that it's supposed to do. So now I'm just going to follow the wire, make sure it gets to where I want it to go. And there we go, that's hooked up. Now the final wire is just next to us down here. So if we go down off of the side of here, we'll be able to hook that up to there. And we can boost it one more time, there we go. And then that will go all the way through here and erase the other memory cell. So let's put the button back. I'm going to invert the main cell. Save it into all of our memory cells. Aha, hold on. Memory cell 3. We also need to hook it up to this middle line here, which is a nice easy one. Okay, there we go. So I've just hooked that up to the erase on there. Now we're going to save it into all of our cells. There we go. And now, in theory, there might be some problems, but if we hit reset all, everything should clear. Okay, perfect. Now we have a little bit of work to do, you could say. We're going to add in a little line off of this block here somehow. I will work that out in a second how we're going to do that. We should probably just put it in from down here, but I'm scared that that will create interference. I think the best way to do it is probably to put it in from down here and then power this block like that. Oh, it's still powered, damn. Right, what we'll do is we'll use a torch, probably, like that, and then invert it. So we need to doubly invert this, which is a shame, but it has to be done. Okay, so this is our little mechanism here, and that will, when powered, erase the main cell. Now we're doing it from this side, so we don't have to take it over the top and power this line, so we're just making a separate one for all of these functions here. So you don't need to do this, but if you want to, you can make it like my other GPU over there. Sorry, ALU over there. That when you press save main cell, it wipes the main cell. So basically, all of these lines here, we need to take a signal from all of the save cells and hook it up to this line here. Now the best way to do that, I'm not really too sure. We need to take a signal from this one and this one. Okay, so here's how I'm doing the first two save functions here. I've just taken the first one and led off this up to there, and the bottom one, or the other one, I've just taken the signal out of there from here, you see, taken it out of there and hooked it up to this line as well. So now when we press save on there, on here and here, it should wipe our main cell. Okay, so that works perfect. Oh, hold on, we've got a problem. Right, this problem is happening because this line is going up here and powering this one. So to get around that, we need to put a repeater in somewhere. I will just quickly check how we're going to do this. Okay, so this is how I fixed it. What I've done is I've made 3 junctions instead of 2, you could say, well 1. What I've done is I've brought the reset all out. I've taken it off here before this repeater, and then I've led this down to the clear main cell. So that means that if I power the clear main cell, it gets stopped by this repeater and doesn't go up here. We now need to check one thing, and that is that that reaches, and it does, so that's perfect. If you don't understand what I just said, basically I've added in this repeater and taken this off before, so you need to just do this basically. So it's like a little circle, you could kind of say, that isn't attached at this end. We obviously finally need to link it up to this save memory cell here, so we need to take a sample from here. Now I've hooked it up, I'm just going to test it. Oops. Just testing it like this. I've taken it down here, taken it up here, and it's not going to reach, so I'm going to put another repeater there. And then can we put a repeater just at the top? Perfect, yes we can. So that's that one done as well. Now that means we have all of the memory cell functions done, we have all of this done, and then that therefore means that we're kind of done for today's episode. I would kind of think we have other little functions that we could add in and probably should, and I suppose I'll put them on my to-do list. One of the functions is save to all 3 memory cells, so copy main cell information, so all of this main cell information, copy all of this to all 3 memory cells, and yeah, so what we'd be able to do is put an 8 in, for example, and press this imaginary button, so we'd probably put it there and press it, and it would save an 8 into all of the cells. So that's another function that we should do, that we could do. So I'm gonna quickly mark that out so I don't forget to do that. I like that idea. So save main cell information to all cells. There you go. And I think we will keep that as a wooden button, because I don't know. It just seems like a wooden button would fit because it applies to all of the cells. I think we should have primary functions all as kind of light coloured, like that, so that we know the difference. So if we're doing something quickly and we think, right, I need to save that to all of them, then we can just turn around and press the wooden one really quickly. Clickly, I was saying, because click the button. Right, anyway, that's probably that for this episode, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. Likes, comments and subscribes are all very much appreciated, and if you have any ideas, just go ahead and drop them straight into the comments, because I do read them all the time. My name is, of course, hold on, let's do this really snazzily, Griggzy, and I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Goodbye.